move on. We'll miss our plane to New York. Come on, come on.
Gee, please stop yelling. I'm doing my best. Is Shorty here with the wagon?
No. Nobody's ready but me. The Clampetts are buying half of New York from a confidence man, and I'm stranded here in the middle of no place.
Gee, please calm down.
Calm down? You heard what Shorty said. That con man has already sold him Central Park. And we've got to get there before they buy the rest of Manhattan.
Gee, really?
Go and find Shorty and get that wagon here. $85 million hanging in a balance, and I'm the only one ready to go.
Except for one thing.
What's that?
Your trousers.
Excuse me, will you hold it? Just a minute. Now, look, friend, before we disembark, there's something I'd like to explain. I have long been closely associated with the New York police force. They always love to see me come to town.
Is that a fact? Are these friends of yours, huh?
Chums, pals, in fact. When we enter the terminal, you may notice several of them may converge upon me and begin to ask questions.
What kind of questions?
Oh, questions concerning unsolved crimes. I'm considered somewhat of an expert in the field of criminology. I like to help the boys in blue whenever I can.
Well, it seems to me helping the police is as fine a thing as a fella can do.
Well, thank you. Now, they may even want me to accompany them to headquarters to speak to the captain.
Where we see you again, Mr. Schaefer? I mean, Honest John?
Central Park. Now, you tell the cab driver to take you to the statue of Daniel Webster.
Kin to you, was he?
Third cousin, if my memory serves me right. Now, show. Here we go.
By doggies, it happened just the way Mr. Schaefer said it would. Them New York police sure was glad to see him.
We no sooner stepped foot in the building than 3 of them came rushing up to him.
Grabbed him by the arms and pretty near carried him out.
Likely the captain had some tough questions to ask him.
Well, he's the one that can answer them. He's a smart fella.
Now, where do you folks want to go? Are you stopping at some hotel?
No, just take us to the piece of property we was buying, Central Park.
You're buying Central Park?
Oh, yes, we's gonna farm it and raise hogs and chickens and cattle there. What's that?
Sorry. Ordinarily, I don't drive like a nut. No offense! We're coming to Central Park. Any particular place you want to go?
Yeah, let us off at the statue of Daniel Webster. That's where Mr. Schaefer said to meet him.
Right.
Mr. Schaefer is the fellow that's selling us the park.
I see.
Folks call him Honest John.
What else? Here you are, folks.
Thanks for the dandy ride.
Yeah, it's 8:40.
Still broad daylight.
No, I mean you owe me $8.40.
Oh. You want to stay around and meet Mr. Schaefer?
No, thanks. I've had it for today.
He's likely to take us around New York and show us the sights.
Yeah, have them take you by Bellevue. They'll love you there.
Here you are, keep the change.
Oh, thanks.
Well, let's look around and see what we're buying. Thanks again, Mr. Driver.
Yeah, sure enjoyed it. Come visit us.
I can't wait.
Yonder's the statue of Daniel Webster.
He must be a pretty famous fella, Jethro.
Oh, heck yeah. There's a whole book wrote about him. It's called a dictionary.
That 6th grade education sure pays off.
All right, Shifty, you got 24 hours to get out of town. Well, thanks for nothing, Buzz. How about my luggage? Captain says it'll be waiting at the airport. I think I'll see that he's on the beat for this. I am not without influence in high places. Remember, we're giving you 24 hours. So long, pals. Call me anytime. Thanks for the visit. Glad to see you, Mr. Clampett.
What did that policeman mean?
What did you hear?
He said they was going to give you 24 hours.
Oh, that, yes. Well, you see, ordinarily, New York closes promptly at 9 p.m. Lights out. Well, due to my influence, I have persuaded the police to leave the city open for 24 hours so that you may see it at night.
Hey.
Times Square, Broadway, 42nd Street, all the famous thoroughfares will be lit up just for you.
You wouldn't have had to go to all that trouble?
Glad to do it. How do you like the park?
It's
It's everything you said it was and more. Now I know why they call you Honest John.
A name I have earned by a lifetime of clean living, self-sacrifice, and devotion to my fellow man.
I'm proud to know you.
Pleasure is mine. Where's the rest of your lovely family?
Oh, they's waiting for us over by the lake. By the way, is any fish in there?
Hey, it abounds in fish. An angler's paradise.
What kind did they catch here in New York?
What kind? Well, let me see now.
This shore would make a dandy spot for the cabin.
Hey, look, Granny. There's some folks out there rowing on our lake.
Oh, it ain't ours yet, Jethro. It still belongs to Mr. Schaefer.
You reckon he just allows anybody to use it?
Looks that way.
He sure is a nice fella.
Salt of the earth.
Well, how do you like the lake, lovely lady?
Oh, I likes it fine. We can build us a cabin right here on the bank.
And fish right out of the window.
Speaking of fish, they got kinds here in New York we ain't ever caught. Honest John here was telling me about it.
Well, what kind is that?
Well, they got something called gefilte fish. The one called lox.
Hot dog. I can't wait to hook into one of them gefiltes.
You'll adore it here, friends. Peaceful atmosphere, lovely people, kind, neighborly.
Mother! Mother! Help! Come back here! Mothers!
Them rascals took that lady's pocketbook. Let's get him, Jethro.
No, friends. That's just a little game they play here called mugging. It's like, keep away.
He wasn't for sure robbing her.
In Central Park? Unheard of.
Because of you, I paid $50,000 for the Bank of Buck Tussle.
Think positive. Perhaps you'll get your money back. Oh, look, here's a young lady with some champagne for us.
Yes, I'll have one of those.
Thank you.
Here's to you, Miss Hathaway. May you live another 100 years.
Well, that's a lovely toast. What prompted the sudden change of mood?
I'm taking your advice. I'm thinking positive. I figured out a way to get my $50,000 back.
Wonderful.
It's coming out of your salary at $10 a week. And to pay me back, you'll have to live another 100 years.
Chief, you're the greediest, most avaricious man I have ever known.
I'll drink to that.
Now then, Mr. Honest John, let's talk business. What would you say would be a fair price for Central Park?
Well, what would you say you got on you?
Probably no more than $5,000.
That's the price.
That don't hardly seem like enough. I could write you a check.
No. Checks take time. Friends deal in cash. Look, I promised you a sacrifice. 5,000 it is. Not a penny more.
Well, doggy, there's some big ones in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still got me some walking around money.
Well, what do you say we get up and walk around?
There she is, Mr. Clampett. Miss Liberty.
Is she beautiful?
She is for a fact.
Wouldn't that look magnificent in your park?
Sure enough would.
I'm going to let you have it for the paltry sum of $2,000.
Well, that's a fair enough price, but it's sure going to be a job lugging that rascal all the way to Central Park.
Clampett Park. Paid for it, it should bear your name.
Yeah, well, like I said, moving that big statue is going to take some tall doing. Looks awful pretty right there where it is.
I think I sense a humanitarian gesture in your attitude. You're thinking of leaving it there where everyone can enjoy it, right?
Yes, sir, I was thinking just that.
Beautiful. You're a beautiful man. Tell you what I'm going to do. You see the island it stands on?
Yes, sir.
I'm throwing that in free. I say match generosity with generosity.
Oh, thank you. You know, I can't wait to bring the rest of the family out to see you.
How would you like to bring them out on your own boat?
You got one for sale?
The one you're riding on. The Staten Island Ferry.
You own this boat?
Picked it up last month from my friend, Alexander Staten. I'm willing to let you have it for exactly what it cost me.
It's a pleasure to do business with you, Honest John.
Pleasure is mine. Have you ever thought of owning your own bridge?
No, sir.
I have a bridge that I picked up at an auction last week from the estate of Oscar Brooklyn.
What you all doing?
Building a fire pit to cook our victuals in. Except we ain't got no pot to cook in, nor a cabin to throw it out of.
Well, we'll buy us an axe and a pot and go to homesteading directly.
Where's Mr. Honest John?
You know, that fella is so popular with the police, you can't believe it. We had no more than stepped off the Staten Island ferry when 2 more policemen spotted him.
They missed asking questions, did they?
They needed his help real bad. It was just like at the airport. They took him to headquarters to talk to the head man.
Sure is good to know somebody so friendly with the police.
You can trust somebody like that. I see you all changed your working clothes.
Why don't you do the same? There's a dandy spot over behind them bushes.
Good idea.
Howdy. Hey, y'all playing mugging again? Beat it. Huh?
Oh, get out of here.
Gee whiz, fellas. I was hoping you all would learn me how to be a mugger.
Look, creep, this is our territory. Now take off or you get this.
Oh, that's more like it. Let's play. You come on and get up, and I'll take it away from you.
Okay, clown. You're asking for it.
Oh, no. That's all right. I'll take it fair and square.
Come on, kid, we'll show you how to play.
Oh, thanks a lot. Sure do appreciate it. Oh, that's smarts.
Wait till I give you this.
Hey, that's smarts, too. Yo, I'll play rough. But if that's the way the game is played, let's go. Yo!
Where you been, boy?
Been out playing mugging with them 2 fellers, and I won everything. This dandy iron pipe, this shiny new chain, this leather-covered fishing sinker, a set of rings, and this fancy frog sticker.
Quite a haul, boy, but you hadn't ought to play it for keeps.
Oh, that's the way you play mugging. Except I didn't mean to bend their pipe and I took it away from them.
You take all this stuff back to them and tell them you're sorry.
I ain't gonna do it. They's bad sports, and they call me some names I didn't like.
All right, I'll do it. Where is he?
Over yonder by them tall bushes.
I'll be right back.
Well, that guy was tough. What do you mean, guy? Somebody shaved a gorilla and taught it to speak.
Oh, howdy, fellas. I'm sorry my nephew took all your playthings away from you. I'm afraid he bent your pipe pretty bad. I'm glad to pay for it.
Yeah, why, that's all right, old-timer. Why don't we step behind the bushes and talk about it?
Oh, all right. Can we have our pipe back first?
Oh, sure. Say, I might just be able to fix this for you. Yeah, that don't look half bad.
They shaved another one.
What'd you say? Nothing. Well, I'll still be glad to talk to you about buying you a new one. You want to step back in the bushes?
Not me. No, thanks.
Hey, boys, you forgot your pipe.
Remember, Shifty, you have 1 hour to catch a plane out of town. That captain distinctly said I had 24. Been shortened to 1. This is a prime example of police brutality and persecution. My good friend, the mayor, will hear of this. Well, he's the one who shortened it. But I know my rights under the law. I was rushed from one precinct to another without being able to talk to my attorney. Why couldn't you talk to your attorney? My collect call was refused. You now have 58 minutes to catch your plane. Well, the city of New York has not heard the last of this. My constitutional rights have been abridged. I'm taking this to the Supreme Court. I'll make it a test case. I'll not rest until I receive complete satisfaction. One more word and I book you. I'm satisfied. I'll rest on the plane.
Goodbye, my friends. At your service anytime. Love those dedicated lads in uniform. New York's finest.
Hey, think might hire you, too.
You spoken to them?
Well, no, but they's always so glad to see you. All year round, free of charge.
That they do.
They owe it to you for the way you're always willing to help them.
Well, the police have need of my vast knowledge of crime.
And you sure give it to them.
At every opportunity.
Well, come on over. Granny is cooking up some groundhog stew and gopher gravy.
That sounds atrocious.
Oh, it is. You love it.
Unfortunately, I've just received word that I must leave town.
Oh, shucks. That's too bad. Where are you going?
Probably Chicago. The heat's off there.
We sure are going to miss you, Honest John.
I shall miss you, dear friend.
Oh, here you are.
Granny says pretty near time for victuals.
Fiddles?
Yeah, a groundhog and gopher.
Perfect name.
Well, Ellie, I wish you'd wear a dress. How you expect to get a fella when you look like one yourself?
Well, gee whiz, Paul.
Maybe she'll listen to you. Tell her she looks like a fella.
Mr. Clampett, I have bent the truth in my day, but that would be ridiculous.
What a wild goose chase this is going to be. We've got to find 4 people in a city of 8 million.
Now, Chief, it's not that bad. Well, we'll start with Central Park.
Oh, great. Did you hear that, driver? 1,000 acres of park, 10,000 people, and she thinks 4 hillbillies will be easy to find.
She's right.
What?
I'll take you right to them. And if you're their doctor, believe me, they need you.
Well, I reckon that wraps up our business, Honest John. How much I owe you for now?
Let me see. Paid for Central Park, Statue of Liberty, Staten Island Ferry, Brooklyn Bridge. That means you still owe me for the Empire State Building and the Algonquin Hotel.
Oh, how come you bought that Algonquin Hotel?
Well, Ellie, honey, I like the notion of a hotel for Indians. After the way we treated them, they deserve a nice place to stay.
Beautiful thought.
Well, how much does it come to?
How much you got left?
Yeah, 4,000.
Well, actually, the 2 buildings come to $4,100, but they're yours for an even 4,000. Well, nice knowing you people.
Been our pleasure, Honest John. I'm sure the young'uns here has learned something from you.
What's that?
The joy of sharing what you own with other folks. Now, you take this beautiful park. You didn't build a fence around it like some selfish fellas might have done. You just let everybody enjoy it.
That's the truth. Kids on bicycles, people on horseback, and folks out rowing on the lake.
And lots of critters, too.
I wish you young'uns could have seen that boat of his at Staten Island Ferry. There was hundreds of people riding on it. Same way with his statue. Swarming all over it, having a good time.
And the way he helps the police.
What we's trying to say, Honest John, is that you're just about the nicest fella we ever met.
Well, I gotta get going. Well, so long.
Oh, wait, here comes Granny. She'll want to tell you goodbye.
Goodbye. Is Honest John leaving?
Yeah, Granny. He's got to go to Chicago.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been so nice knowing you. Take care of yourself, young fella.
Yeah, I will. Swell. Well, so long.
God bless you, son.
Look, folks, I got no use for this money. I mean, what's a few thousand for somebody like me? I'm loaded.
I got plenty myself.
Give it to the Indians at the Algonquin. There's my transportation. Well, so long, folks. Glad to see you. To the airport, boys, and no siren, please. Gives me a headache.
Dog, if this New York City ain't bigger than downtown Springfield.
It's even bigger than Joplin.
Sure got bug tussle, B.
He's building just horrid silos.
Careful crossing the street, everybody.
Dad, we gotta find us a general store and buy an axe.
We'll need a couple of axes if we're going to build a cabin in Central Park.
Keep your eyes peeled for a blacksmith shop, too.
What you need with the blacksmith, Granny?
Well, we got a dandy place to pitch horseshoes over in our park.
That's the truth.
Reckon we'll find a blacksmith, Jed.
In a town this size? Sure.
Any luck?
Sorry, Chief. I've covered that entire half of Central Park. Not a sign of the Clampetts.
I cover the other half. Same luck.
Should we give up?
Never. As tired as we are, every square foot of Manhattan must be covered with a fine-tooth comb.
Chief, your dogged determination inspires me.
Good. Now, call me if you find him. I'll be resting at the hotel.
Wait a minute. You expect me to conduct this enormous manhunt alone?
No, hire a detective agency. Whatever help you can afford.
I am down to my last few cents. You haven't even given me last week's salary.
I'm sorry, I just can't afford it.
Well, at least let me have a little mad money.
I can't spare it.
You don't really expect me...
What do you want?
Have you run into any muggers in the park?
No?
You have now. Hand over the purse, lady.
Well, you can see for yourself. I have no money.
Oh, don't believe her. Look, last week's salary, this week's salary, next week's salary, and here's a $10 bonus.
Nice haul. Nice haul.
Now you.
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. All I've got is this watch.
Let's blow.
Oh, Chief, thanks a lot. I asked for some mad money. That was certainly it. I'm furious. Come in.
What are you looking at?
Central Park. From this vantage point with these powerful binoculars, I can see every tree, rock, and bush.
Well, at last you've come up with an intelligent idea. Now, if you can locate...
Chief! I think I see them.
Where?
Just to the right of the lake. Yes, it's them. They haven't left New York.
Oh, you're wonderful. There's a bonus in this for you. I just cashed a check.
Oh, this is so thrilling. There they are. They haven't left.
Oh, here's your reward. $100. Can you see all of them?
Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here's another 100.
5, 6, 7.
7?
7 precious little white-breasted nuthatches.
Nuthatches?
Well, Granny, we didn't find you a blacksmith shop, but we sure found one humdinger of a general store.
Biggest I ever did see. What was the name of them fellas that run it, Jethro?
Well, let's see. There was 3 of them. Aber, somebody, and Fitch.
Handy big skillet, Granny.
Sure is. Now you run and get some firewood while I test out my new fishing pole in that lake yonder.
Yes, ma'am.
Jethro, roll up your sleeves because you and me has got some trees to cut down so we can commence building our cabin.
Yes, sir.
And work up an appetite, because I'm going to bring back a mess of perch.
Oh, Granny, see, can you catch some of them New York fish that Honest John was telling about? Them what he called, gefilte fish?
Stays in that lake. I'll get 'em.
These gefiltes looks a lot like bass, don't they?
Yeah. Sure hope they taste like them.
Come on, boy. We gotta cut us some more logs.
Can't we have bills first?
I ain't cooked them yet, buzzard boy. Right in the corner where you are. Right in the corner where you are. Someone far from harbor, they lead across the bar. Right in the corner.
Good day to you.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Policeman.
Just what do you think you were doing here?
I'm fixing to fry a mess of fish.
Mm-hmm.
And what might this be?
Oh, that's our cabin. We're gonna live there.
Here in Central Park.
That's right.
Lady, are you daft?
No, I can hear fine.
Listen here to me. You've broken every law in the book. First of all, you can't fish in that lake. Secondly, you can't start a fire, and you most certainly can't put a cabin up here.
Well, Honest John said we could.
Well, Honest John doesn't know beans about the law.
He does, too. He's a good friend to all of you New York policemen.
Is that so? Well, I never heard of the man. What's his last name?
We called him Honest John so much that it's kind of slipped my mind. Oh, Schaefer.
Oh, Schaefer, is it?
That's right.
And they call him Honest John, you say?
Yep.
Now I understand how he came by his name.
You don't know him?
Well, not personally, but I'm sure he's salt of the earth.
And he told us that we could do anything we wanted to in this park.
If Honest John O'Shafer said that, then it's gospel.
Well, that's what he told my son-in-law.
And what might his name be?
Jed.
His last name?
Oh, Clampett.
Oh, Clampett, you say?
That's right.
And where might he be from?
Bug Tussle.
Bug Tussle. Is that by any chance in the old country?
Taney County.
Taney County. I'm from Cork, mister.
Fetched you some more firewood.
Thank you, honey.
This beautiful Colleen must be your daughter, no doubt.
Oh, she's my granddaughter.
What, the saints preserve us? You don't look old enough to have a granddaughter.
That's what Honest John said.
A very observant man. And what's your name, child?
Ellie Mae.
Oh, Clampett?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Mr. Police.
Bye, young
Bye-bye.
Miss Hathaway, did you find your binoculars?
Yes, I found them.
Oh, I'm sorry I lost my temper and threw them out the window, but I'm sure they're not damaged. Those new shock-resistant materials are... Is that the binoculars?
It is?
Oh, well. Now, here's $1. Have them repaired.
You are one in a million, Chief.
Ah, what's money for? Now, look, we've got to find the Clampetts. I want you to get in a taxi. I'll pay for it, don't worry. You can owe me. I want you to scour Manhattan from one end to the other.
And just how much cab fare do you plan to allow me for this?
Well, how about 20, 10, 5? Say, it's a beautiful day. What's wrong with walking?
You expect me to walk the entire length and width of Manhattan?
No, break it up with a little jogging. It's great exercise.
I have a better idea. I am going bird watching.
Well, how will I find the Clampetts?
There's the window, there are the binoculars, and there's $1 to have them repaired. Lots of luck.
Benny, that sure was a scrumptious fish fry.
Hey, any of them gefilte left?
Not a bone nor a head nor a fin. You chomped everything but the skillet.
Well, I was hungry.
Oh, should I come along and help chop logs for the cabin?
Oh, darling, Jethro and me'll handle that. You slip behind that bush over there and change into a pretty dress.
What for?
So you walk around the park and meet some fellas.
Now, you do as your pa says.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, Jed, speaking of Honest John, he sure is a favorite with the police.
Oh, I know that, Granny.
A great big burly policeman came by here today, wanting to raise a fuss. You should have heard him when I mentioned Honest John. Oh, Schaefer, he said. That man is the salt of the earth.
I never seen a man more popular with the law. I recollect when the police drove him here, in their own car.
Remember, we're giving you 24 hours.
So long, pals. Call on me anytime.
Thanks for the lift. Glad to see you, Mr. Clampett.
What did that policeman mean?
What did you hear?
He said they was going to give you 24 hours.
Oh, that, yes. Well, you see, ordinarily, New York closes promptly at 9 p.m. Lights out. However, due to my influence, I have persuaded the police to leave the city open for 24 hours so that you may see it at night.
What a fact.
Times Square, Broadway, 42nd Street, all the famous thoroughfares will be lit up just for you.
Oh, Jed, here he comes.
Honest, John?
No, the policeman, his name is O'Sullivan, and he comes from back in our country.
What the hell?
Yeah, a place called Cork.
Top of that eight here.
And the same to you, Policeman O'Sullivan.
Oh, now, please, call me Tim.
All right, Tim, if you call me Granny.
Granny it is then. Listen, I was telling my wife how I met you, and she sent along a bag of cookies that'll remind you of the old country.
Well, ain't that nice? Land sakes. Look at that.
Takes you back, doesn't it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, shake hands with my son-in-law, Jed.
Clampett, is it?
That's right, officer.
Oh, no. Tim to you, Jed, me boy.
Thank you. Granny says you're from back in our country.
Right then I am. God's country, I call it.
Me too. Granny says you're from Cork.
Right, she is. And you're from Taney County.
Born and raised there.
Tell by the look of you, you came from the old sod.
Old and rocky. We had one devil of a time trying to farm there.
Farming people, were you?
We tried, but that land was so poor you couldn't raise a fuss on it.
Will you listen to the wit of the man? Oh, Granny girl, you got the finest family a man could meet.
You ain't met Jethro yet.
Well, I can hardly wait.
Right, I'll go fetch him for you.
Port Ange, you say?
It was for a fact.
Tell me, was there a peat bog near your place?
I don't recall peat, but there was a clem bog.
I'm not familiar with clem bog, but we used to cook with peat.
We used to fish with clem.
Jethro, shake hands with Officer O'Sullivan.
Howdy. Jethro, me boy. Oh, we can look at that face. He's got the map of Ireland all over it.
I thought I told you to wash.
Gee whiz, Granny. All he's doing is chopping logs.
Do as I tell you.
Oh, boy. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry to rush off, Tim, but we got a lot of work to do.
Oh, I understand, Jed, me boy. And may you have the strength of 10.
Thank you. With Jethro, we got the appetite of 10.
Oh, what a grand family, Granny. Say, listen, I wonder if I could bring me sergeant by to see all of you a little bit later. He's a fine lad.
Sure. I'll bake him a possum.
Possum?
Just like back home.
Oh, we'd love a bit of old Aaron.
Well, I'll try and find old Aaron. But if I can't, a possum's a possum.
Yes. Well, I'm a little late. Goodbye for now, Granny girl. As my mother used to say, may the wind be ever at your back. May you be a long time in heaven before the devil knows you're gone.
Bye-bye. What a nice man. I hate to tell him that his wife's cookies is spoilt and turned green.
Wait here for me, cabby.
Hold it, pal. You ain't disappearing into Central Park owing me $34.80.
Are you suggesting that I would sneak off, leaving you to hold the bag?
No, I'm suggesting that you don't.
How much you say it was?
$34.80, and that don't include a tip.
Who said I had to give you a tip?
I do.
See here, my good man. New York cab drivers have a reputation of being rather surly. Now, you have the opportunity of changing that image.
I'm gonna change your image. How would you like your nose over here?
All right. $24.80.
$34.80.
All right, here we are. 10, 20, 30, 5. Now, you owe me 20 cents.
Are you kidding?
Now, figure it out for yourself. $35, subtract $34.80.
Look, sport, you had me driving all over the island of Manhattan looking for 4 creeps. I got 2 traffic tickets because you had me watching the sidewalk when I should have been watching the street. Now, are you going to give me a tip?
Very well. Invest in railroads.
Well, Miss Jane.
Howdy, Miss Jane. Greetings, Mr. Clampett. Jethro. Marvelous to see you again.
Same to you. Is Mr. Drydale with you?
Well, yes, but right now he's out searching for you in a taxi.
Heck, it hadn't ought to take long to search a taxi.
No, I meant... You're right, Jethro. But where's Granny?
She's out looking for possums.
Aaron, old Aaron, are you in there?
Hey, lady.
Oh, hello, boys. Have you seen any possums?
No, but I think we spotted a pigeon. What do you got in the purse?
My valuables. I'll give you a nickel apiece if you help me catch a brace of possums.
Give us your money.
Not until you catch me a possum.
Shut up and give us your money.
Now, that ain't polite. Your friend could learn some manners.
Give us the voice or we'll throw you in the lake.
You could learn some manners, too.
That's enough chatter. Let's go.
Put me down, you hear me? You're making me mad!
Yo!
I warned you, you naughty little scamps.
Here you are. Well, howdy, Mr. Dryden.
Glad to see you.
Sure enough are.
I'm glad I finally found you.
Excuse me, Chief, but I found them.
Well, I found you. Come here. Get over to the hotel and arrange for 6 tickets on the next plane to L.A. Fast.
But you haven't even asked for Clampetts.
Turn! Up, face! Forward, Hutch! Up, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Well, Miss Hathaway has gone to arrange our passage back to Los Angeles.
You leaving us so soon?
We're all going. Aren't we?
Jethro and me ain't finished our cabin yet.
Mr. Clampett, you can't build a cabin here.
Honest John says we can.
Who's Honest John?
Well, Mr. Schaefer. He's the fellow sold Uncle Jed the park.
And a Statue of Liberty, and a Staten Island Ferry, and a Brooklyn Bridge, and the Empire State Building.
Mr. Clampett, he's a confidence man.
That's the truth. I don't remember when I had more confidence in anybody.
He's the finest fellow you ever want to meet.
No. The man's a bunco artist.
What's a bunco artist?
Well, that's the fellow that paints bunkos.
Well, I think it's...
Oh, yeah, I painted a few of them myself.
What are you whispering about?
Oh, Jethro was just explaining to me about Honest John being a painter and artist.
Oh, he's not a real artist?
Well, you don't have to be too good to slap a coat of paint on a bunco.
Mr. Drysdale, glad to see you.
Yeah, same here.
You know, Jed, there ain't a possum nor a raccoon nor even a rabbit in this whole park.
Is that a fact?
A body can't cook back home food here. There ain't enough critters.
Oh, that's what I miss. My critters.
And they miss you, Ellie.
They do?
Yes, when I left, they were whining and crying. The tears were rolling down their hairy little faces.
Oh, Paul, I gotta get home.
What do you think, Granny?
Well, I gotta admit that I miss my still.
Still?
A peace and quiet. I like it still.
Uh-huh. How about you, Jethro?
Oh, come to think about it, Uncle Jed. I can't wait to get on that airplane.
Homesick, huh?
Hungry. They serve good victuals.
Well, I reckon that does it. Let's all fan out behind them bushes there and change our traveling clothes and be on our way.
Yeah, let's hurry. What am I doing? I don't have to change. Oh, it was a grand family. Salt of the earth. Wait, it looks like they've gone. What's this? Dear Tim, we couldn't find old Aaron in Central Park. I've gone back home, love Granny. Oh, Sergeant, I'm sorry. I guess they got a little homesick and they went back to Ireland.
Well, it is myself that's sorry. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting the likes of the Clampetts.
You missed a grand family, Patrick, my dude, a grand family.
Tinny, can you say?
Yeah, are you familiar with it, Pat?
No, I'm not, Timmy boy. But if it's anywhere near Killarney, well, let me put it this way to you now. They're nearer to a little bit of heaven.
Tooraloo-la-loo-la-lay. Tooraloo-la-loo-la. Hush now, drums can play.
Look out the window, Jed. Honest John kept his promise. The whole city of New York is lit up.
Dog of a day.
Ooh-wee! Ain't that pretty?
Must be a million lights on.
If ever there was a man of his word, it's Honest John Schaefer.
What are you people talking about?
Them lights down there. Honest John had the police leave them on just for us.
Him and the police are just like that.
Now, listen to me. That man is wanted by the police.
That's a fact. He's crazy about him.
Glad to finally realize what a nice man he is. Thank you, Miss Jane. Not that I need glasses. I got what they call perfect vision. Right, Jed? I'm Helen. Well, the sun's in my face. But your Paul will tell you, I got eyes like a hawk. Right, Jed?
Granny, Mr. Clampett isn't with us. He's coming here with Mr. Drysdale.
Who's that sitting in the back with me? That's your medical bag. Oh.
Perhaps we better go back and get your glasses.
Who needs them?
Look, he's got a family.
Quick, Granny, let's get inside before she summons a family of buffalo.
Almost fell, didn't you? Oh, it's good to be home again. I just love this room. Somebody move the piano.
Granny, that's the stove.
What's the stove doing in the parlor?
Granny, this is the kitchen, and I had better call the airline and see if they found your glasses.
I only need them for reading.
Oh, here's a note from the young vet who's been taking care of Ellie's animals.
Young what?
Vet. He's a veterinarian.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them. But personally, I like to eat meat.
You're thinking of a vegetarian. This young man's an animal doctor, Dr. Robert Graham.
Oh, he's the young fella that Mr. Drysdale said would be just right for Ellie Mae. Where is he?
This note says he's down by the swimming pool.
I think I'll saunter down there and say howdy to him.
I'll call the airline.
Oh, my, it's turned cold outside.
Granny, you've opened the refrigerator. Maybe I better go down to the pool with you. You might fall in.
Oh, no. Once I get outside, I'm on familiar ground.
Well, very well.
All right, Gloria, that's all for now. I'll be back after I've fed my other patients.
Hold on, Granny. Don't be too anxious. You might scare the doctor away. Just make it look like it's an accidental meeting. Oh, can she bake a cherry pie? Billy boy, Billy boy. She bake a cherry pie, charming Billy. She can bake a cherry pie quick as a cat, can wink his eye, but she's a young thing and cannot leave her mother. Thank you, thank you. Is that you, Dr. Graham? Oh, I see you're a music lover. Where are you? Oh, you're in the pool. Well, swim over here so I can get a good look at you. I mean, say howdy. You hadn't ought to be swimming with a cold like that. Well, excuse you. That cold is going to turn into pneumonia if you don't get out of the water.
Oh, yes, well, thank you very much. Goodbye.
He's home, Miss Jane.
Oh.
And Mr. Drysdale said he'd like you to drive him right down to the bank.
Right away.
Where's Granny?
She's down at the swimming pool saying hello to Dr. Graham.
Dr. Graham?
He's the young veterinarian who's been looking after Ellie's critters.
Oh, he's the one that Mr. Drysdale said would be a fine catch for Ellie Mae.
That's right. Well, bye.
Bye. Oh, Granny, did you meet Dr. Graham?
I did.
What'd you think of him?
Jed, Ellie Mae can't marry him. He is the ugliest one man that ever drawed a breath.
Plain, is he?
He's got a pinhead, Pop-eyes, scraggly, droopy mustache, and no ears.
Ain't that a shame? He must be smart. He's a doctor.
Some doctor, he coughed right in my face.
No.
He's splashing around in the pool with the worst cold you ever seen.
Well, that don't seem too bright. But the way Mr. Drysdale brags on him, he must have something.
Oh, he has, Jed. He's homely, he's rude, he ain't too brainy. But that rascal sure can swim. Where you going, Ellie?
Down to the pool to meet Dr. Graham.
Oh, don't bother.
What you mean?
He ain't for you.
Well, Mr. Drysdale says he's single.
One look and you'll know why.
Granny, I think Ellie ought to meet the doctor and thank him for taking care of her critters.
Well, all right, darling, but don't get too close to him. He'll cough all over you.
I'll be careful.
Fetch him in, Ellie.
Don't you dare. It's bad enough him spreading germs in the pool. I don't want him in my kitchen.
Listen, Granny.
Granny, you're being a mighty rough on the young fella.
Jed, it ain't just the germs. He's got a breath like a bait bucket.
Granny.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear he had been eating raw fish.
I think you're exaggerating.
Howdy there.
Hello, you must be Ellie Mae.
Yes, sir. Are you Dr. Graham?
That's right.
Pleased to meet you.
Same here. I was just going to get some raw fish out of the refrigerator to feed your seal.
Oh, but Granny don't... You wait right here, and I'll fetch him for you.
I grant you that Ellie is hard up for a man. But I don't hardly think that doctor...
What you doing, Ellie?
Fetching some raw fish for Dr. Graham.
Exaggerating, was I?
You met the doctor, did you, Ellie?
Yes, sir, Pa.
What do you think of him?
He's cute.
Cute? That girl ain't hard up. She's desperate.
Got the suitcases all toted upstairs. How about some victuals, Granny?
Fend for yourself, boy. I'm too upset to think about cooking.
Well, now, Granny, like a fella says, difference of opinion is what makes horse racing. Your idea of cute and Ellie's idea of cute is two different things.
But, Jed, looks aside, a man that eats raw fish, that just ain't human.
Thanks for the snack, Granny.
What'd you eat?
Fish? It was a mite underdone, but awful tasty.
Well, there goes that argument.
Since when do you call him human?
Well, the airline found Granny's glasses. Shall I take them to her?
Oh, yes, yes. And while you're there, see what you can do to encourage a romance between Ellie Mae and that young vet I hired to take care of her animals.
Young vet you hired?
Well, persuade.
Try again.
All right, forced.
That's better. You threatened to foreclose on his animal hospital.
What's the difference? I'm doing that young man a great favor getting him together with Ellie Mae. Well, she's the catch of all time. Imagine marrying a girl with a figure like that. 85 million.
You're an incurable romantic. Well, I'm on my way.
Those two will hit it off great.
I sure do thank you for taking care of my critters, Dr. Graham.
Please call me Bob.
Thank you, Bob. I know they was a heap of work.
Tell me something, Ellie. How'd you happen to start this collection of animals?
I don't know. When we lived back in the hills, I always had me lots of pet critters. I'd find them in the woods and just fetch them home.
You had a rapport.
No, but I had a chipmunk, a deer, and a raccoon.
I mean, you've always loved animals.
Oh, yes, sir. I like them better than a lot of people I've met.
I'm with you there.
Say, who's this coming?
Oh, that's my little brother and his pet otter. Jimmy, this is Ellie Mae Clampett.
Well, howdy there, Jimmy.
Hi. This is my otter named Charlie.
Howdy, Charlie.
I'm needed at the hospital. How about dinner tonight?
Well,
Not you, her.
That'd be dandy.
How about a movie?
swell.
I'm talking to Miss Clampett.
I like that.
7 o'clock, okay?
Just fine.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Can't Charlie make us fun?
Well,
Sure you can, Jimmy.
you don't have to worry about him. He swims like an otter. And so does he. See you later.
Bye, Dr. Graham. I mean, Bob. Did you bring your swimming suit?
Yes, ma'am. Charlie doesn't need one.
Well, over yonder's a bathhouse. I'll put on my swimming suit and join you.
Well,
Meet you back here. Where are you going, Granny?
Is that you, Ellie?
Well, yes, ma'am. Ain't they found your glasses yet?
Who needs them? What are you doing in my root cellar?
Oh, this ain't your root cellar. You're headed for the swimming pool.
Oh, my, that smog is terrible. Is that homely critter doctor still around?
No, please don't call him that, Granny. His little brother Jim is here. Come on, I'll take you to the root cellar.
I don't need to be took no place.
Yes, ma'am. See you later.
Get a look at that doctor's little brother. Jimmy, are you here? Oh, you're in the pool, are you? Well, swim over here so I can get a good look at you. That's his little brother, all right.
Granny?
What do you want?
Miss Jane fetched over your glasses.
I don't need them.
Where in the blue blazes are you?
I'm here in the root cellar.
Root cellar. She's in the storage closet.
Jed, I got bad news for you. We was robbed.
Robbed?
Whilst we was gone, somebody busted into the root cellar there and took everything.
Granny, put your glasses on.
There ain't a ham, nor a sausage, nor a jar of fruit left in there. They cleaned us out.
Put your glasses on.
Oh, all right. I'll do it to please you. But I don't need them. We's in the kitchen. Well, how about that? I didn't know you could get from the root cellar to the kitchen.
Big house like this is always something new turning up. Well, I gotta finish some work out front.
Oh, Jed. I seen Dr. Graham's little brother.
What does he look like?
Well, I hate to mean-mouth a young'un, but he is just as homely as the doctor.
Sorry to hear that.
But I'll say one thing about that family. They is swimming fools. Oh, Ellie, you had a nice swim, did you?
Yes, ma'am.
That cold water clears your head, don't it?
Sure does, Granny.
Well, now that your head is clear, how do you feel about that Dr. Graham?
He's cute. We's gonna go out on a date tonight.
Oh, Ellie, you're busting your poor old granny's heart. Oh, I had such sweet visions of orange blossoms and rice.
Hey, Granny, I've been looking every place for you. How about something to eat?
No, thanks. I ain't hungry.
It's me that's hungry. That's because I'm starving to death. Hey, Granny, come on out in the kitchen and fix me some victuals.
I got too big a problem.
What can be a bigger problem than me starving to death? Please, Granny.
Jethro, have you ever had a busted heart and tromped on visions of orange blossoms and rice?
No, but cook it. I'll eat it. Granny?
Jethro, you don't understand. Your cousin Ellie has taken leave of her senses. She has fell for the ugliest goomer that ever lived. She's going out with him in public. She's going to shame her family and ruin her life. Let that soak in for a minute.
Okay, now can we eat?
You got all the warm family spirit of a black widow spider.
But gee whiz, Granny.
You realize that we might have to lock Ellie in the attic for a while?
Can I have her victuals?
You'll enjoy meeting the rest of the Clampett family. They're quite original and unique.
Look at that handsome fella with Miss Jane. How come Ellie can't get a man like that?
Would you like him to be Ellie's beau?
Of course I would. I'd give anything.
Would you give a mess of ham hocks and turnip greens? Hog jowls and corn pone? Grits and fatback?
Of course, but...
I'll take care of it.
Wait a minute, Jethro. You can't take him away from Miss Jane. That wouldn't be fair.
It would be if she was swept off her feet by Hollywood's handsomest playboy.
Who's that?
Me!
Yeah. Come to think of it, Miss Jane always did have a soft spot in her head, in her heart for you.
Come in, cooking, Granny. Darling, sweetheart, lover.
What?
Why do you want to go and break my heart like this? Don't you know I'm crazy, mad, desperate, head over heels in love with you?
Jethro, I didn't realize you felt...
Well, I didn't realize it neither. Till I seen you holding hands with this here rascal. It set me on fire. We're holding hands.
Oh, let's be honest.
Please, let her be mine and mine alone. Why, I love her. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. I'd do anything for her.
Wait a minute, I'm not...
Let the boy talk.
I'm too talking. I'm carrying you off to paradise.
Oh, what is that?
The kitchen.
He done it. I'll cook that boy more victuals than he's ever seen.
Jethro, Miss Jane, what's going on?
Oh, Mr. Clampett. Shake hands with Dr. Grant.
Oh, glad to meet you, Doctor.
Pleasure's mine, Mr. Clampett.
Come on in.
Thank you. Say, about that big fella just carried Miss Hathaway into the house.
Jethro?
Yes, I can't quite figure him out.
Well, we all been working on that, Doctor. And the best we've come up with is that Jethro went right from his first childhood into his second childhood with nothing in between.
Guess what? I have a date with Jethro tonight. Dinner, a show, dancing, the works.
Well, dandy.
Ellie and I are going out tonight. Would you like to make it a double date?
Wonderful.
We're going to dinner at 7. How's that?
Perfect.
With Jethro along, I'd planned to eat earlier. He commences to get mean along about 6.
Well, good suggestion. I must get back to the work now.
Would you mind dropping me off at the hospital?
Glad to.
Would you take me by the bank, please? I want to talk to Mrs. Dryden.
Come along.
I just come over to pay you for hiring that young animal doctor to look after Ellie's critters.
Oh, no. Keep your money. Does Ellie like him?
Oh, yeah, they got a date tonight. Now, you just peel off whatever you're out of pocket.
Mr. Clampett, I wouldn't think of taking your money.
Well, I know you didn't get him for nothing.
Well, the important thing is that Ellie likes you. Now, take your money.
Well, it don't seem right.
No. Take it. Our friendship means more than money.
Well, if you insist.
I do. Here. Go ahead. Take it.
It would help if you unclenched your fist.
What's the trouble? Nothing. Just a muscle spasm.
He can't unclench his fist.
Oh, there must be money in it.
How did you know?
Well, it's happened before. It's an affliction peculiar to bankers. I believe the medical term is lutus contractus.
Sounds serious.
Oh, no, not really. I recall from my study of anatomy, there's a nerve at the base of the neck. It's called the reed nerve. Yes, here it is. Now, if you're ready to catch the money.
I got it, thanks.
You and your education.
Jethro can eat a cherry pie.
Looks like you've been feeding the army.
I have. A one-man army.
Jethro?
I promised the boy all he could eat. There for a while it was nip and tuck. I was only one ham hock ahead of him.
He didn't eat all them ham hocks alone, did he?
Oh, no. He ate them with grits and greens and a sack full of yams.
Full sack?
Jed, that boy can eat yams like other folks eat popcorn.
Where is he now?
Upstairs in bed, sleeping it off.
I best go wake him.
Forget it. He'll be hibernating until breakfast.
He has got a date with Miss Jane in 10 minutes. He even went out and hired him a tuxedo, and he ain't going to stand her up.
I'm coming. Howdy, Dr. Grant. I mean, Bob.
Ellie Mae, you're a vision of loveliness.
So are you. Oh, wait, Miss Jane. Ain't you gussied up?
Oh, it's nothing. Just cost me 2 weeks' salary. Where's my date?
He's coming, Miss Jane.
But I thought I had a date with Jethro.
Never send a boy to do a man's job.
Oh, Mr. Clampett.
You're just too much woman for that young'un. Besides, he's got 2 left feet, and I know you like to dance.
I love to.